Hi guys, this is probably going to be one of the most embarrassing videos that I've ever done in my life, but I'm going to do it to show you the damage that these people have done in a year. This is my stomach. I'm in a lot of pain today. This stuff is extremely painful. I'm going to turn slowly so you can see. This is only a fraction of the cellulite. I don't know if you can see it. I hope you can. My arms, it's not even like I went to the gym at all. Look at this. I mean, you're gonna get some weight gain. I am 60. Maintaining your weight. My stomach is so distended all the time and in pain. This burning, they concentrate it on your stomach, your vagina, your breasts, your anus, and it creates extreme pain. Not only that, but you can see the damage in my legs, which is what I worked extremely hard. I grew up with an eating disorder. So I worked very hard when I went to college to get over my eating disorder. I want to see what time it is. And, I did get my legs over the years. I maintained my legs very well. You can see I had, at one time, wanted to take ballet, and I did. And then throughout my life, that was when I was a child, and I had an eating disorder. I used to have beautiful legs. And then as a child, I had beautiful legs up until I was a teenager, of course, and with the eating abuse, I developed an eating disorder, and by the time I got to college, I had resolved it. I had dealt with it. I was very grateful. I went off to college, I joined a gym, and I never looked back, so to speak. So yesterday I went to Target to try on some swimsuits, and this has been done after a year. This look at the stomach. And it's not only that, see the arms? It's not only that, I can't move, okay? I'm in extreme pain. I have a cataracts now from this. Let's see what time it is. I'm completely winded and I've gained about 50 pounds. So people would say, well, that's midlife. You need to work out. Yeah, so here we are. I went to Target. I got ripped off. Unfortunately, Target's always been good, so I'm going to try today. They double billed me. I treated myself to something. They double billed me, so I'm going to do that within the next few days. But I went into the dressing room for the first time in a year with a full-length mirror since the YWCA, since this started, and I was still in good shape. I could go to the gym, I could run, and that's when the burning started. So this is probably the most humiliating video I have ever done, and probably the most humiliating thing, vanity-wise. Of course, I've been humiliated throughout my life, but this is what these people do, and I was attacked repeatedly for working out at the gym. My stomach was the flattest thing on my body. But not only, and I didn't go to the gym for vanity, I went because underclass women know that waitressing, it takes a lot of stamina. Being on your feet all day in retail takes a lot of stamina. It takes a lot of stamina to do some of the things that we have to do because it's more physical. You're usually lugging more. Life is not as easy when you're an underclass woman. And men will tell you, I want to check the time here. Men will tell you, if you maintain your weight, if you cook, if you give him sex, things should be all right within reason. That wasn't the case. These people got together and deliberately harassed me at the gym. They got me kicked out. I have health concerns now that I didn't have before. Because I don't have health care and I can't eat right. I'm a vegetarian, but that all went out the door now. And certainly when you do this to a woman in menopause, and certainly a woman that does come from the underclass and works very hard to be in shape, look at this. I mean, and not only that, you could deal with the fact, you could take responsibility and say, I ate a little bit too much during menopause. My stomach is all descended. So you got to go to the gym and work out. That's not the case with this. It's a very heinous, covert crime. Look at this. It's not even like I worked out at all. And then, it's even worse as I go around. But not only that, but you're talking about your health. Your health is very important to maintain, certainly if you want to do some of the jobs that require stamina. I can barely walk down the street after this heinous year. This took a year because before that, I was still maintaining my health. People say, why don't you go back to living under a tarp? Well, I probably have to because I don't have housing now. But let me tell you something. Every morning I got up, I walked from the dirty parking lot all the way up the hill to McDonald's and was harassed in the bathroom because, of course, people that are homeless are smelly, they're drug addicts, they're mentally ill. In my entire professional career, I never used a public restroom. I mean, you just don't. You have a bathroom at home, you have a nice one at work. People with children often have to run in quickly, but for the most part, middle-aged professional women, adult women don't use public restrooms. But this is what these women would do, because going to the gym was part of the stereotypical harassment and assaults against a woman who thinks she's good enough, to be in shape, to wear nice clothes. I've always been a size 12, always been a 36. I had like a 28, 30 waist. My hips were a little bit bigger, and I rarely got on the scale because I worked out according to how my clothes felt. So my clothes were always a 12, they were always loose, and I felt good about that. So this is the result. Not only that, but I'm extremely, and you can see it with my chin, you can see it with the swelling. I'm concerned now about my health, which is pretty scary because I'm being confined. This is basically what this is. And you start to have health problems. So we'll talk more about that. And I apologize for the video. It's very shameful and humiliating. But I want to impress upon you, and we'll go forward to talk about this because one of the first books I read when I went to college was Fat is a Feminist Issue. And it's about touching, it's about sexual abuse somewhat. It touches on it, doesn't get really into it, but a body image, being in shape, sexual abuse, harassment, street harassment even, and these sorts of things will impact a woman's ability. And oftentimes I would gain a little weight when some of these issues that came up. So talking about pedophiles this past year, more of these, the sexual abuse, rape, the sexual violence this year has really contributed also. So some of it is, in my own, bringing up my own trauma, but not being able to go out, not being able to live my life the way I need to live it. This is the result. And this is the result of these people's ongoing harassment. Look at my stomach. It's pretty bad. And not only that, but it's extremely painful. I have diarrhea. I don't want to gross you out. But this is the burning inside your body that goes on all day and all night. This is what these people do. And when they switch out, it's almost like they do it like a job. You get some relief. Today, it was zapped on my head last night, so you get wicked headaches. So we'll continue to talk about this, and we'll talk about, women's body image, the stereotypical, how they can tell, oh, you're a lazy loser because you're out of shape, or you're a welfare whore because we have certain stereotypes of how welfare whores look, and they couldn't wait to do this. And it's a heinous crime in a lot of ways. Take care, guys. Be safe.